Well, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I have been sort of waiting for, and I also wrestle with myself about just stick to spells to protect and teach people to banish and have spiritual hygiene and claim their sovereign. But something happened today that over 20 years ago. Some people grow up with it. It was a natural progression for me to eventually be going to the temple for Hinduism. Hinduism is older than Wicca. Now, I've entitled this impromptu video, but I think I'm going to call it Witnessing to the Witnesses. I know that I know that I know. And it's not just for me. Women are still being brainwashed to erase themselves under the name of religion. I've had several things happen today. I've got things that are going on in transition, okay? My work is in transition. I'm working to grow my website, my candle services, and the sales of my anointing oils, my spiritual oils. But the crux of it all comes from my connection to my feminine divine. I've only spoken about this a few times in a few videos. I try not to get too preachy here, but this is a very big part of what I'm practicing. A lot of people practice spells, and I'm so confused because they're practicing return to sender, banish, protect, heal, bring blessings. It's, banish the bad luck, banish the negative toxicity here in your money, your career, your job, your life, banish the witchcraft. Okay, what are you talking about? This is the grand generalization. This is the demonization of any woman who practices witchy work. And what do you call it? A paradox? The person is kind of like talking out of both sides of their mouth, right? I practice a Christian magical path, and they even do curses, but now they're telling you how to eliminate witchcraft, and it's all elimination. And again, it's all assumed to be my tolerance and my open mind for whoever you are and whatever path you're on there. But come on, there's really no room in traditional Christianity for homosexuality, male or female. There isn't. And so this to me is so confusing when someone comes on and says that they're practicing Christian magic. That's relation. Traditionally, there is no room in the man-made ideology religion for homosexuality, right? Same-sex relations, there isn't. People who say that they're making things up, and changing things, and I'm in the Reformed whatever. Okay, then that's not Christianity. That's a man-made religion. All right. So today I went and I did something to assist me with my transition. I had to go and do something to find something else until I gain enough subscribers, recognition, following, whatever, that people start trusting me and ordering candle services and ordering oils. That hasn't happened yet. In the interim, I have been getting things deferred and delayed, and I've actually been getting a lot of help. I haven't had to put things on pause or suffer any type of reconnection fees. So I've been able to speak clearly and word things in such a way that I'm either offered a hardship program right now until I start something else, or is not as bad as I was afraid it might be. It's a very small leak, however, it is a fuel leak. So I can sign up for DoorDash, which last year was a very arduous process. No, the year before. This time, I can't snap. This time was a breeze. Selfie went through just fine. Everything went through just fine. I didn't have to answer a bunch of questions. So now I can go out, make a few dollars, as long as I drive within town and not hop on the freeway. All right. So I've also got an organization that will perform the work on my truck labor free, no charge for labor. I will just and a man comes up to me, and it's just to be honest with you, okay? I was shadowing. Really is just we're constantly training for pet groomers. This path is humanitarian. And we revere and protect all of nature, every single bit of it. Whatever, that's a big part of it. Things like witchcraft is about sacrificing animals on the YouTube. Hello. They're gone. That's my one phantom viewer. Now, I know I have a couple of faithful people who I think do have an alternative lifestyle and they understand things I've talked about. So, yeah, coming from the pet store. And this man has a gigantic, genuine, authentic, 100% German Shepherd walking with him. You'll just have to suffer my hair sticking up. Oh, look at that pretty picture of the moon behind me and my blue scarf. The weather's been perfectly awful. I'm sweaty and sticky and wearing my pajamas, so I threw on this scarf. I did not make a Mystic Monday because I just had a lot of things I've had to do in this awful weather. So in getting things sort of to the point now where, okay, I know what's going on for the next 7 to 12 days. For the next few days, right, things are set up. So I said, okay, hi. He said, well, I just wanted to ask you, would you be at all interested in having a cover for your truck box? Sorry, you guys, I'm wiggling the table. A cover for your box, which is, that's what it's called. What's it called? Sometimes the truck bed, the trailer. No, it's called the box. A cover. I said, yeah. He said, well, I have one. And I don't need it. I took it off of my truck when I decided just to take it to the junkyard, and I bought myself a Jeep. And I offered it to a young man over here who has a Dodge Ram, 2,500, and he didn't want it. I said, okay. So do you have someone who could maybe help you put it on? I said, I can probably find someone. Guys, I'm starting to learn that if we don't reach out to other people and try to network, contact organizations, set things up, apply for help either right now or for the future, like what's coming up with my truck, then we're just going to be stuck believing that we have to suffer or overpay for everything. And there are times when you can get parts and pay someone to put them in. And these things can take more time, right? We are accustomed to a fast food society, and I think right now we're going to have to really start thinking about taking more time to see what we can do about finding a part, getting someone to put it in, all kinds of different things, accessing organizations, resources, and making sure that we're careful with every single thing that we have. So, hi. I know it says impromptu video, but I'm going to change the name. I'm going to change it to Witnessing to the Witnesses, because these two women and this man was talking to me about religion. And hi. I'm trying to explain, I'm not typing in here, that this is about witnessing to the witnesses. I've come to the point in my life now where I know how to speak up for who I am and the path that I've been on. And I hate to see women be brainwashed to subscribe to an ideology where they are erased and tell me that I need to erase myself and bow down to a man. I've had people just find me and troll me when I'm on some random channel. I went on Morgue Official because he asked a question on his community post. Do you think the body is dirty? And I basically wanted to say, oh my God, I'm so over it, right? You can have the guilt and the shame when it's, inappropriate and it's done wrong, the wrong way. Yes, I said the body is for feeling the divine through the body. And the Shakti, life of force, energy. A damn narc who is a religious, probably a Christian. Sorry, guys, this is ugly. I'm just fed up. God, why? Oh my God, why does this keep happening? It's the YouTube. It's free. You've got all kinds of looky-loos and idiots who can't afford to pay for internet, and they're, keyboard warriors who would like nothing more than for women to worship them blindly. As I talked to him about the pet store and what I'm doing there and this beautiful big German Shepherd, and he showed me a few things he's done to train this dog. So he said, I offered this box cover, it rolls up. I said, oh, I see, it's not a hard shell. Okay. Yeah, but this guy didn't want it. I was a Marine, he's a Marine, but he didn't want it. I said, okay, well, maybe it's supposed to be for me. I do feel like I'm having a lot of good fortune right now, and I want to explain this does not necessarily come in the form of money or winning the lottery. It could come in the form of support. It can come in the form of gifts and favors. I've talked about that. Good luck can come in the form of gifts and favors. You don't necessarily have to believe I need the money to go get that car. Someone might give you a car. So I said, well, I was really looking to get a hard shell, but I kind of would like to have a box cover in the meantime. Okay, drive over to my garage, number such and such, over there. I'll meet you over there. So I get over there, and his garage door opener doesn't seem to open the garage. So I'm like, okay, that's happened to me after about a year or so. Well, we can go to the garage and get you another garage door opener, or they can change the battery really quick. And he says, oh, no, it's okay. I think it's a little round lithium battery, and I can go up and I can change it. I've got one. I'm like, okay. I'll just keep taking my dry cloth, and wiping down the truck, getting the dust off of the truck. That's what I was doing when he approached me. So he comes out and he tries it again. He said, it's still not working. Okay. Said, oh, somebody said the power is off for our building. I said, really? Normally we get a letter when they're going to turn off the water or the electricity because they have to do some work. We get an email, or there's a posting on every door, the outside doors where you have to go in. And no, he doesn't say he's seen or heard anything like that about that. I said, let's go to the office and ask them. No, we don't need to do that. I can call them later. I said, all right. He said, we can meet up tomorrow, and then I can get this all straightened out, and then I can give it to you tomorrow. Why don't you give me your name and phone number? Now, this was after he had told me, he's got some issues with his life. And so, bless his heart, he's got some physical limitations, but he's married. I'm like, okay, how did we get from I can come meet you tomorrow to name and phone number? Like, no, this was like a knife in my gut. And I said, maybe I can meet you here tomorrow at a certain time, or I don't know. I said, I'm not comfortable giving you my name and phone number. Come on now. I didn't say that, but you know what I mean? So then he starts talking about, he approached me because there was the the symbol of the fish on the back of my truck window. And instead of saying nothing, he said, "I'm matter whether I'm a Christian or not. I'm a lady who looks like I'm alone." Right? And so I just kind of got a little smile on my face, and I said, actually, that's a pagan symbol. I am not afraid to witness myself anymore. It's all in how you do it, right? Like the crazy lady narc at work said to me one day, after I apologized if I had come off a little bit too strong to her, telling her, I know what to do. You don't need to always tell me what to do or ask me who I'm here for every time I come in, right? She didn't like that. And she came up to me and she says, it's not so much the message, but the delivery. I'm like, get out of my face, crazy lady. That's a punishment. What the hell does it matter? Oh, well, they don't always explain to you on your schedule what you're supposed to do. Well, then maybe you should have that conversation with the people who make the schedules, because I'm kind of tired of you telling me every little thing. So, he's talking about being a born again Christian and stuff, and I believe in helping people. And I said, I'm a humanitarian. I believe in helping people. That's what humanitarianism is, guys. So he says, oh, I help people and I've helped people, and something about I believe, and I believe. And so when I said that that's actually a pagan symbol, he just looked at me like he didn't really understand what it was. Like, kind of like I blew his mind. And I said, I think it goes back to the time where they believed that the fish represented the water and the goddess. And I think also perhaps, I believe it was really about the age that they were living in, the age of Pisces. Whoa, deer in the headlights. I'm a mystic and I'm witnessing. So I came back and I left my water bottle at the pet store. So I called them and I said, I got to come back. So I went to see exactly how many minutes it would take me to walk there. I mean, it's just practically right next door. So I come back, there's two women walking in the parking lot. And they look like they're kind of sort of Amish, but not Amish. They've got on those kinds of, what do you call those? Pink. I don't know. One woman was in black and the other one was in, uh-oh, my connection is unstable. I might have to plug in. The other one was just in another little type of a dress. No hat. Guys, it's extremely hot. It was 103 yesterday, 75% humidity. Today it's at least 90. Let me see here what it is. $89. And today's humidity, but it was higher when these two women were walking down the parking lot. I might need to plug my laptop in, guys. I can't do it. Let me see if I can get through this. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, I need my microphone. Let me get my microphone. So when I say that this is impromptu, I really mean this is impromptu. Oops, hello. What do I plug in? I plug in to my laptop, right? Okay. I don't hardly ever do this anymore. Jade is over here. Uh-oh. Is that where it goes? No, I don't think that's right. I think it goes over here. Right. Houston, we have lift off. Where's the green light? There we go. All right, so microphone is on. Okay. So I knew exactly who they were. Okay. I've lived long enough to know what's what. I said, are you two young ladies? You have to wear a mask to come into our store. And they don't have on a mask. You're like, well, where's your mask? But I kind of thought you're really not listening my compassion here right now. And I said, well, I'm only just walked up a short distance over here. Like I knew these ladies were out for more than 15 minutes, I'm sure, looking for people to witness to. Hi, how are you today? I'm really good. Thank you. Oh, that's wonderful. Can I talk to you for a minute? And that's when I asked. And I have water. I didn't even say it like that. I said, I'm a licensed esthetician. You need to be having, I didn't even say, is there a car that's going to be pulling up here in 15 minutes so you can get in it and cool off? Come on. This is insane. And so I said, honey, I'm Hindu. But, I wish you the best today. Oh, they have to challenge you. They have to. There's no boundaries, guys. If you put up a boundary, they have to cross it. Sorry. But I mean, I've been down this road so much now. It's like, oh, here comes. Oh my God. They have to cross it. That's bully. Okay? That's bullying. 101. 15 years with a school district. Let me tell you, these kids are learning what it means to be a bully. Not like when I was growing up. If you tell someone no, we teach them. That's the end of it. They just put up a boundary. Stop pushing. Teaching the young people. Thank the goddess. What a pretty screensaver. There's new stuff coming on. Oh my gosh. Maybe if I close out one of my tabs.